Hello everybody, it's Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. And I wanted you to see these little critters. They are groundhogs. But as soon as I started talking, they ran away. So last year somebody dumped a groundhog here. I've never seen one. And at that point I had been here 5 years, never seen one. Well, lo and behold, it had babies. They look like big guinea pigs. And there are 6 of them. Don't you just love that number 6? It seems like whenever you hear of bad stuff going on, good stuff going on, the number 6 is involved. 666. The devil. The devil dumped a groundhog here. They dump all kinds of animals and then they steal them because they're sick and sadistic. But these little critters, I want to get a close-up, but they won't allow me to get close. They run away. And I can't zoom in anymore. It's a little brown blob. A little brown blob right there. That. There's 6 of them. And you could hear the roosters in the background, and that frequency started up again this morning. Right now, it's been 4 hours, the frequency. I'm wondering if I should call the FCC and ask them what it is, period. When you hear me say period, I apologize. Sometimes I speak into my phone to type something to others or to myself, and I use punctuation. I have to speak the punctuation. Look at the holes they dug. Come on, I see you under there. You can't hide from me. Come on out. I know you're under there. I see all these little bite marks everywhere. I know the criminals intentionally put you here because you like to chew. The criminals install these little groundhogs because they like to chew. It saves them time and money because they're using the animals as a perpetrator to vandalize the property. Not that they aren't with their energy weapons. Do you hear the frequency? If I had time, I would walk to follow where it's coming from. It's up the block. And it's noon. I haven't opened up my gate yet, but I'm going to do it now. Oh, look here. Here they come. As soon as I walk out, there's a traffic jam. As soon as I walk out, and this is the stuff that the Freemasons like to plant. They like to plant binding weeds, creeping vines, because they're creepers. They creep onto your property at night. And yes, thank you, con artist, for your very astute comment about karma and the use of their use of children. And unfortunately, I've watched a couple of videos about these YouTube creators. They're the family YouTubers. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Ruby Frankie was one of them, and then I saw one yesterday that was almost more disturbing. Families using their children to make money on the internet, on YouTube. Meanwhile, YouTube is cracking down on the things that we post. We're not exploiting our kiddos, but these people are. They have these family channels that the children don't give permission. And just remember about facial technology. So every time these YouTube creators are posting the inside of their homes, the outside of their homes, their children, how many of them there are, and showing their faces to receive compensation, well, those children may be at risk in the future for predators. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. These other two YouTube creators that have been caught, imprisoned, they have tortured their children. It was horrible. I just can't even wrap my mind around how a mother could do this to a child. These YouTube creators, they're making millions of dollars. Millions. By exploiting them. Showing a false sense of reality, a false sense of what their home looks like. This Ruby Frankie had this mansion in the middle of a desert in Arizona. She had rooms without windows. Like interrogation rooms. And if the child did something wrong, they would be placed in solitary confinement. No food, no water, no window to know if it's night or day. Horrible stuff. Duct taping their legs. Could you imagine? First of all, duct tape is so hard to open regularly. Like sometimes I can't even peel it off. I've got to cut it off. Imagine duct taping a child whose skin is so thin to do that. And then this other YouTube creator that I saw the video yesterday, what she was doing was she was torturing her children. She was using pepper spray on their bodies to punish them. Pepper spray. Imagine using pepper spray on their bodies, not allowing them to bathe. They had burns all over their bodies, not feeding them, no water. And this was a YouTube creator that was presenting her family as being so wonderful. But it was all fake. It was all contrived. So please, when you're watching these YouTube creators with these big families, beware. Those children did not give consent to having their photos, their videos, their faces posted all over the internet for profit. Did those kiddos, those little family members, sign an agreement with their parents that they would receive all future compensation on those videos? So these two people that were arrested, Ruby Frankie and this other woman, I don't know her name, what's going to happen to the millions of dollars that they earned on YouTube? Is that going to the children? Leave a comment down below if you know the answers to these questions. I certainly don't. But meanwhile, people like you and I who are trying to get the message out about really important things, we get very little views, shares. But although I really thank my subscribers for sharing my videos, I really do. Here comes Mr. Zoomy. Come here, baby. Did you see those groundhogs? Are you upset because Foxy's gone? Foxy was his best friend. I saw Zoomy waiting because the fox has a routine, certain times that lights would go on, knowing that the fox was going to be here. And even though I put the eggs out last night, the fox was not here. Later that night, the raccoon stole the fox. Stole the eggs. I know the difference because when the fox steals the eggs, the fox will put it in its mouth and run away with it. When the raccoons steal an egg, they bring it to my porch and eat it. All the animals think my porch is like the meeting place. I don't understand what's going on here. Maybe they just know that I walk out of the house with food, so I'm just the food lady. I'm the cook, I'm the chef. I'm the kitchen. I even tell them that the kitchen is closed. Oh, and see, I walked to open up my gate and look at all the cushions are on the floor. Who did that? The Inhuman Terrain team. Right? There's no wind. So yeah, the Inhuman Terrain team follows me, mimics me, mirrors me. If I go to my gate, when I come back, there's always some vandalism done. Always. I can count on it. But don't take my word for it. This really does happen. You know, for all the targeted people out there and the fake ones. The fake targeted people. Just because something bad happens in your life doesn't mean you're a targeted person. If you're not on some government watch list, if your DNA hasn't been stolen, if you're not being tortured 24/7, asset stripped, right? Your pet's being unalived, dumped on your property. So anyway, that's my little rant because I got a low battery, so I can't really talk that much more. Zoomy, do you want to say something to the subscribers? You want to tell them something? Say, I miss Foxy. I was really in a funk yesterday because of the fox. Honestly, I really like that fox. Plus, I was really tired. I spent about, I don't know, at least 2 hours cleaning up the property up there. Up at the top of the hill. I went all the way back in the woods. And I was picking up all the branches. And it was bitchcraft because there were X's everywhere. I didn't have my phone on me physically. I had it up there, but I turned it off. I didn't want to waste the battery. And of course, you know, they're going to track you with the phone on. But I was up there for at least 2 hours, picking up all the branches and trees that were intentionally knocked down. Some of them were healthy. I had to drag them to the fire pit. They're a little too wet to burn, which I wanted to do last night. I tried to do, but nothing was really working up there. So they'll need the sun today to dry up those branches so I can try it again. But that's what's going on here. I appreciate everybody's feedback and comments. It really does help because, you know, when you're emotionally involved with something, especially when it comes to living things, animals, the fox, the kitten, especially kittens, you know, I don't always, and I'm not saying you, I get really angry. Because above everything that you know me to be, I am a mother. I am a mommy. I love my animals. Do they drive me nuts? Yes. They drive me nuts. My roosters drive me nuts when they start attacking my girlies, my little hens, because I've got more roosters and all they want to do is get laid. Drives me crazy. But these psychopaths that like to torture animals and use their kiddos to harass other people, there's a really good place in hell for you guys. And it's not me doing it. That's where you're going. For all of eternity, you are all going to rot in hell for your participation in the downfall, the takedown of an innocent person for profit, for torture, for shits and giggles, for revenge, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. And using your kids to generate additional bad karma for your families, you're friggin' cursed. You're all cursed. Yeah, so I would say, stop while you're ahead. Stop reproducing. Besides the fact that the New World Order doesn't want you to produce anymore anyway. And when you continue to do so, they're going to keep taking those procreations from you. It's not just me. I'm beyond the procreating stage of my life. Beyond. But anyway, this is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. Roosters, that was Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was my rooster. And yes, they all have interesting names, like Snowden is actually in the coop. Tina, who's Tina Turner, is actually a rooster that was named by you guys because we thought it was a hen. And of course, all of my birds that seem like they're hens turn into roosters. I've got Trey, which is Trey Gowdy. Yeah, this is what I name my roosters. They're hot. You know, I've got really hot looking roosters. So anyway, I'm going to sign off for now.